guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy that you're here with me today, and today we've got kind of a different topic than normally because it's going to be about mind palaces. So probably most of you don't know exactly what a mind palace is, but do you know the show Sherlock or The Mentalist? And do you know how they remember everything in their brain and how they just know everything that they need? What if I tell you that you can do exactly the same? What if I tell you that can you remember everything you want in under 5 minutes? So that's what this video is going to be about today. It's going to be about mind palaces. I use that technique for the last 3 years. I think also when doing my A-levels it was very useful because I'm also sometimes a very lazy person, and when I haven't learned for the test, I only had half an hour left, it's very useful to have that technique. So first of all, what is a mind palace? A mind palace is a visual place with saved information. Now maybe that sounds a bit complicated at the beginning, but it really isn't. It just means that you imagine you've got a picture in your brain of the information. So you can, for example, you can just say, I need to buy an apple today. So maybe you will remember that later after a few hours, but when you just have that picture in your brain of that apple and maybe your local supermarket, and you've got that picture, you've got more information connected to the apple that you have to buy today. And because of these pictures, you will remember it much better, because your brain can connect it. And that's, well, technically what a mind palace is created on. So the basic technique is called the Loki Technique. So it's very useful for beginners, so you can't create a mind palace just at the start. It really needs some time to learn that, but it's definitely worth it. I really promise you that at the end of the video you're going to know how to create a mind palace, and it's so worth it for actually for the rest of your life. I used it so many times. So the Loki technique is, as I said, kind of the basic of the mind palace. So it means that you choose a path. So we can try this now together. Choose a path, a way that you know very good. So the way from your home to school, or from home to work, just a way that you know from your everyday life. So, and now let's say we've got three kinds of information you have to remember. Let's say banana, apple, and orange. I'm always hungry, I'm sorry. Okay, so banana, apple and orange. It's not that much information, but it's an example. Okay, now you choose your way, your path, and at the beginning, at the start of your path, what do you have got there? Is it a door? Is it a street with cars going on the street? What can you see? Really imagine it in your brain. What can you see at the start of your path? And now choose the banana and just pick it and do it into the start of your path. So let's say you've got the door, your door in your house when you start your path. And in that door is a really big banana. And it's really very, very big in that door, and you can see that you can't get through because there's this banana in your way. Well, I personally always see when I make something very big, and then I remember it just better, because it's really like you can't step through without seeing it. It's like in real life. So let's say you've got that banana in your door. Okay, now you go on, and let's say now you've got the stairs, for example. You go downstairs, and now you've got that apple. Let's say you've got also a green leaf on that apple, and it's in the stairs, and it's also very big, and let's say you have to buy 3 apples today, so you've got 3 in, well, kind of a triangle on your stairs. I know it sounds crazy, but the crazier the imagination is, or the picture you've got in your head, the better you're gonna remember it. So you've got the apple on the stairs and you've got also the banana in the door. Now you go to the street and you see the cars. So you want to remember orange, you have to buy oranges as well. And now try to imagine that all the cars have got really big oranges on their roof and they're going on the street. So you see the cars with the oranges. Okay, you've got that. So now we start at the beginning. What we've got first? What have we got first? We've got first the banana in your door. Then we've got the 3 apples, because you have to buy 3 apples today. 3 apples in the triangle. Then you go out of the house and then you've got the cars with the oranges. And do you realize that difference? It's different when you just say, okay, I have to buy apples, bananas and oranges today. Of course you can write that down, but it's just an example. Normally you do that with much more information. So as I said, I did my A-levels with that technique. I remembered the whole Parliament of the EU, for example, with that technique. And so you've got these pictures and the information connected to it. And it works just much better because you have to understand how your brain works. Your brain remembers things better the more it's connected to other details. So you just need as much pictures as possible in your brain to remember it. And there's also, I don't know if it's called that in English, but you've got that bridge between the 2 halves of your brain. And it's very important that you use that bridge with information going through, so that you can use both parts of your brain together, connected through that bridge. And you know, I think it was the right one, sorry if that's wrong now, but the right part of your brain is for creative work and creative thinking, and the left one is for technical thinking, maths, all that stuff. And the more you use that bridge to connect both parts, the better you can remember it. And it's just basic, the basic of the mind palace or the Loki technique. And now the mind palace is just, and this is so easy, it's just many paths of your Loki technique connected together. So let's say you've got now the path from your home to your school, and you use that for everything you have to buy this month, for example. And then you just choose the way from, I don't know, your home to the playground, you play with your brother or something, and use that for maybe the, I don't know, the vocabulary in Spanish or anything. Just you use different paths, and it can also be rooms, so it's also why it's called mind palaces. Many people just use different rooms in a big palace, but you can also use paths. And when you've got these paths, it's so easy to remember stuff, and I really recommend that technique. And you will remember stuff as good as Sherlock or as the mentalist. Okay, and also another tip, or 2 tips actually. First, use your mind palace regularly. Regularly? Yeah, I'm sorry, German. I really have to improve my English someday. Just use it. Well, when you created it, and after a month, you should use it again, because then it's a time when your brain can remember it again, and then really says it very good, the information. So when it's just something like you have to buy tomorrow, you don't have to remember that after a month, and it's very useful that your brain really forgets it after a time. I mean, what if you would remember everything you have bought in the last years? I mean, so your brain is really, in that case, it's really useful that it forgets also things. But if you want to remember something very important, like if you're studying medicine or something, just go into your mind palace after 1 month at least and remember that stuff again. Just go your path or go to your room and remember the things you created with that pictures. Okay, so these pictures and the information, just use it sometimes and more often than just once. Okay, and the second tip is just connect it to as many details as possible. As I already said, but I really want to concrete this here a little bit more. Use pictures, use colors, use sounds, use music, everything, you know, just as many details. It can also be a person who's yelling something, or it's just connected as much as possible with other things, so they can really have that picture in your brain, very detailed, very precise, and that it's just easier for you and your brain. Well, actually the same person, but you know what I mean. It's just easier to remember it. So that was actually it. That was the video for today. I hope that you like it, and do you want to have more videos like that about, well, learning techniques or just stuff like that? Are you interested in that, or do you want to see more travel videos? Just let me know. Please write it down in the comments below. It would be very great if you would subscribe to my channel. Just give me a thumbs up, and yeah, thank you very much for watching my video today, and let's see you next time.